Hi, I'm Izzy. Today I want to discuss a topic that's my go-to for awkward silent party situations, the fantastic phenomena of the Bermuda Triangle. For those of you who don't know what the Bermuda Triangle is, also known as the Devil's Triangle, let me give you a quick rundown. Located in the Atlantic Ocean and roughly bordered by Puerto Rico, Bermuda, and Miami, this phenomenon spans over 500,000 square miles of ocean and is a site where dozens of planes, ships, and people have mysteriously disappeared. Early recorded information about the Bermuda Triangle came from none other than famous explorer Christopher Columbus himself. Before he sailed to the New World to steal the land and enslave the natives, he beheld something rather odd at sea. Upon entering the area known as the Bermuda Triangle, he noticed a ball of fire fall from the sky and disappear below the waves. He also was experiencing bizarre compass readings throughout this whole journey. Though these situations seem abnormal, researchers have since debunked this with cold, hard facts. For example, a meteor could explain the ball of fire falling from the sky, and evidence even suggests that at the time that Columbus sailed the ocean blue, magnetic north and true north lined up, which would cause the compass to go on the fritz. Though this singular occurrence has been debunked, many other similar mysteries have yet to be explained. For example, way back in 1872, a ship called the Mary Celeste set sail carrying 7 crew members, the captain, his wife, and their 2-year-old child. Days after their departure and venture through the area known as the Bermuda Triangle, a nearby ship saw the Mary Celeste under partial sail and went to investigate. They found that the ship had been abandoned of the crew and lifeboat, but with no signs of theft or damage. The mystery remains until this day. In March of 1918, a Navy cargo ship named the USS Cyclops, which was carrying 300 men and thousands of pounds of manganese ore, tragically sank and disappeared in the Triangle region, never to be recovered. To make things even more mysterious, later in 1941, 2 more of the USS Cyclops' sister ships became victims to this strange area as well. The Bermuda Triangle does not discriminate. Both ships and planes have been seen to disappear in this location for unknown reasons. For example, 4 years after the 2 Cyclops sister ships disappeared, 5 Navy bomber planes experienced the same issue. Flown from Fort Lauderdale on routine bombing practice, 14 men made up the crew of Flight 19. When entering the area of the Bermuda Triangle, they became extremely disoriented and their compasses began malfunctioning. After flying around aimlessly, they eventually ran out of fuel and disappeared at sea. Shocked by this tragedy, the Navy sent a 13-man rescue plane to locate the men in the Triangle region when they too disappeared. After this lineup of tragedy and mystery, the Navy issued a statement saying it was as if the planes had flown to Mars. Many conspiracy theorists have their idea of what makes the Bermuda Triangle so deadly, such as a theory like the Bermuda Triangle being home to the lost city of Atlantis. They believe that the ancient and mythical crystals that the Atlanteans used before they sank into the sea is causing disruptions in the ocean's rhythm and causing boats and planes to disappear. Others think that the Bermuda Triangle is a hotspot for alien abductions, maybe so no one can witness it. More theories include mythical sea creatures that live inside the Bermuda Triangle, like the giant squid, which is capable of crushing planes and boats. If not for the big squid, then perhaps it's the enormous kraken that wreaks havoc upon anyone who enters its territory. To outweigh the intensity of these claims, I decided to do some scientific research by watching countless documentaries and reading up on scientific theories. These explanations are way less far-fetched than aliens and sea monsters and much more boringly practical. One of these theories is ocean waterspouts. These are basically oceanic tornadoes that can reach hundreds of feet in the air and appear without warning. This theory makes sense because of the way the Gulf Stream runs along the edge of the triangle, causing a whole lot of crazy waves. Another theory suggests that the real villain here is methane gas pockets. A geochemist found that the ocean floor is lined with methane gas bubbles, and once released from seabed movement, would rise to the surface. These bubbles would quickly make their way up to the surface, and as they do, would decrease the density of the water as well as the buoyancy. This would cause ships to sink under without explanation and disappear into the waves. But how does this theory explain the disappearance of the planes, you might ask? Well, given that the plane flies over at the exact moment that the methane gas bubble is released into the atmosphere, if in its more concentrated state, can choke off the engine and cut off the oxygen. When in its lighter state, methane gas is extremely combustible, and when coming in contact with the hot engine of an airplane, would cause it to explode. The wreckage would then fall into the methane ocean cocktail and disappear below the sea. As for my opinion on what makes the Bermuda Triangle so mysterious and deadly, I want to believe that aliens and sea monsters really do exist there, but have a hard time discounting the scientific theories. I think that the methane gas bubbles and water spouts seem to be the most probable explanation behind the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. The evidence aligns with scientific theory, and I truly believe that they could be the culprits behind these tragedies. What do you think?